The United States is a land of dazzling dreams and jaw-dropping beauty. But don't be fooled. Beneath its glossy surface lie kill zones where danger isn't just a risk, it's a way of life. From urban jungles ruled by gun-toting gangs to tourist traps that double as death traps. These are the places where even cops tread lightly. In 2025, we're diving deep into America's darkest corners, armed with FBI crime stats, local police reports, and chilling first-hand accounts. This isn't just a list, it's your survival guide to the 10 most dangerous places in the United States. Buckle up, because one wrong turn here could be your last. Memphis, Tennessee, the murder capital of America. Memphis, the cradle of blues and rock and roll, is a city with soul and a body count to match. In 2025, it's America's most dangerous city, with a violent crime rate of 2,352 per 100,000 residents, triple the national average. That's a 1 in 10 chance of becoming a victim of robbery, assault, or worse. Gang warfare has turned neighborhoods like Fraser and Orange Mound into open-air shooting galleries. I heard 3 shootings in one night, a Fraser resident told local news, her voice trembling. We sleep with the lights on now. Drive-by shootings are so common that kids are taught to duck at the sound of screeching tires. The city's history doesn't help. Memphis's economic decline, rooted in the 1970s deindustrialization, left 13.4% of residents below the poverty line, fueling desperation and gang recruitment. Police Chief Carla Williams admitted in a 2024 press conference, "We're outgunned and outmanned. Gangs have military-grade weapons." Understaffed and overwhelmed, police response times in high crime zones stretch past an hour. Beale Street, the tourist magnet, isn't safe either. Armed robberies targeting drunk visitors spiked 18% last year. A 2023 visitor survey revealed 1 in 5 tourists felt unsafe downtown. Survival story: a night on Beale gone wrong. In July 2024, a Texas couple celebrating their anniversary was mugged at gunpoint near Beale Street. "They took everything, wallets, phones, even my wedding ring," the wife recounted. Police arrived 45 minutes later, but the thieves had vanished into the night. Globally, Memphis's murder rate rivals Bogota, Colombia, a city once synonymous with cartel violence. Community programs and a 10% homicide drop in 2024 offer glimmers of hope, but the city remains a war zone. If you visit, stick to Midtown's safer pockets, travel in groups, and never wander alone after dark. Memphis sings the blues, but its streets scream danger. Detroit, Michigan, where urban decay meets extreme violence. Detroit, the Motor City, was once America's industrial heartbeat. Now, it's a post-apocalyptic nightmare with 15,173 violent crimes last year. The violent crime rate of 2007.8 per 100,000 makes every outing a gamble. Brightmoor, with its blocks of abandoned homes, is a haven for drug cartels and arsonists. "We don't patrol Brightmoor alone," a Detroit officer confessed anonymously. "It's like walking into a trap." The 1967 riots marked the start of Detroit's decline, leaving a 34% poverty rate that breeds desperation crimes, muggings, break-ins, and carjackings in broad daylight. Downtown's revival, with new bars and lofts, is a mirage. Just blocks away, neighborhoods like Dexter Linwood see 261 homicides annually. A local barber shared, "I've lost 2 customers to stray bullets this year." Car thefts are so rampant that residents chain their wheels to poles. Compared to Johannesburg, South Africa, Detroit's violent crime rate is neck and neck, a chilling benchmark for a U.S. city. Community gardens and urban renewal spark hope, but danger lurks everywhere. Survival story: a commute turned deadly. In 2024, a nurse driving through Brightmoor was carjacked at a stoplight. "They put a gun to my head and took my car," she said. "I'm alive, but I'll never drive alone again." Police found her vehicle torched miles away. Tourists visiting for Motown history or art murals should stick to Corktown's safer vibe and avoid side streets. Detroit's spirit is unbreakable, but its streets are unforgiving. Navigate with eyes wide open. St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway to the Grave Street. Louis, home to the Gateway Arch, is a city of beauty and bloodshed. Its homicide rate, 10 times the national average, clocks in at 69.4 per 100,000, outpacing Honduras's capital, Tegucigalpa. North City is ground zero, where gangs control blocks and shootings are so frequent that schools run active shooter drills weekly. My son saw a man shot outside our apartment, a mother told reporters. He's 8 and already knows to hit the floor. Poverty and lax gun laws fuel the chaos, with 1,470 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. Even tourist hubs like the Del Mar Loop see armed robberies spike after dark. The police, underfunded and stretched thin, clear only 40% of homicides. We need more officers, more resources, Captain James Harper pleaded in a 2024 City Council meeting. St. Louis's decline traces back to post-World War II deindustrialization, leaving entire neighborhoods hollowed out. The arch shines, but the streets burn. Survival story: a tourist brush with death. In 2024, a Canadian family visiting the arch was caught in a crossfire near North City. Bullets flew past us, the father said. We hid behind a car until it stopped. They escaped unharmed, but cut their trip short. If you're here for baseball or history, stay in downtown West and avoid North City like the plague. St. Louis has heart, but its pulse is fading under the weight of violence. Baltimore, Maryland. Charm city's deadly reality. Baltimore, with its historic charm and waterfront views, is a city at war with itself. Its murder rate of 58 per 100,000 rivals Mogadishu, Somalia, with 1,400 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. West Baltimore is a no-man's land. Drug deals unfold in daylight, and gang shootouts leave bodies on sidewalks. I've seen kids as young as 14 carrying Glocks, a community leader shared. The Inner Harbor, once a tourist haven, now sees muggings and kidnappings, with a 22% crime spike in 2024. The city's woes stem from the 1980s crack epidemic, compounded by a 21% poverty rate. Police are distrusted, with clearance rates for murders below 35%. Nobody talks, nobody trusts, Detective Sarah Klein told a local outlet. Baltimore's proximity to drug routes makes it a trafficking hub, pouring fuel on the fire. Community policing and youth programs fight back, but the tide is relentless. Survival story: a harbor horror. In 2024, a solo traveler was robbed at knife point near the Inner Harbor. They slashed my bag and took my passport, she said. Police didn't even take a report. She left Baltimore the next day. Visitors craving crab cakes should stay in Federal Hill's safer zones and avoid isolated areas. Baltimore's history is rich, but its present is a gamble. Play it safe or pay the price. Little Rock, Arkansas. Small city, big body, count. Little Rock may sound quaint, but its murder rate, 4 times the national average, makes it a southern slaughterhouse. With 1,115 violent crimes per 100,000 residents, this city of 200,000 punches above its weight. South End is a gang stronghold, with drive-by shootings and home invasions a weekly ritual. I lock my doors 24/7, a resident said. You never know who's watching. Homeless encampments near downtown fuel assaults and drug crimes, with police response times lagging at 50 minutes. The city's economic struggles, with 16% poverty, trace back to the 1990s, when manufacturing jobs vanished. We're fighting a losing battle, Sheriff Mark Owen admitted in 2024. Globally, Little Rock's violence mirrors Guatemala cities. Community outreach tries to stem the tide, but gangs recruit faster than reforms take hold. Survival story: a delivery driver's escape. In 2024, a pizza driver was ambushed in South End. They pulled me out of my car, beat me, and took the cash, he said. He quit the next day. Police never found the culprits. Visitors to the river market should avoid Oak Forest and keep valuables hidden. Little Rock's charm is deceptive. Its dangers are all too real. Cleveland, Ohio, Rust Belt. Roulette Cleveland, home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, spins a deadly wheel in 2025. With 7,292 violent crimes, including 92 homicides, its crime rate rivals Cape Town, South Africa. East Cleveland is practically lawless. Abandoned buildings shelter criminals, and police patrols are scarce. We're on our own out here, a shop owner said. The Flats Entertainment District sees bar fights turn deadly, with knives and guns drawn weekly. Car thefts are so common that locals install steering wheel locks even in safe areas. The Rust Belt's collapse in the 1970s left Cleveland with 24% poverty, fueling crime. We can't hire enough officers, Chief Laura Burson said in 2024. Community revitalization sparks hope, but danger looms large. Survival story. A night out gone wrong. In 2024, a tourist was stabbed in the Flats after a bar argument. It happened so fast, he said from the hospital. I didn't even see the knife. Police made no arrests. Visitors to University Circle should avoid East Cleveland and stick to groups. Cleveland rocks, but its streets are a roll of the dice. Kansas City, Missouri, where BBQ meets bloodshed. Kansas City, famed for jazz and ribs, serves up bloodshed in 2025. Its violent crime rate of 1,424 per 100,000 includes record-breaking homicides. East Side is a war zone. Gang shootouts kill bystanders, with 48% of murders unsolved. My cousin was hit by a stray bullet, a resident mourned. The Power and Light District sees late-night assaults spike, with police stretched thin across the bi-state metro area. Poverty and joblessness, at 14%, keep the cycle spinning. The city's 1980s drug boom left scars, and today's gangs are better armed than ever. We're seeing AK-47s on the streets, Lieutenant Tom Reyes said. Community watches fight back, but the odds are steep. Survival story. A downtown disaster. In 2024, a couple was robbed at gunpoint in the Power and Light District. They took our phones and ran, the husband said. Police said they couldn't do much. Tourists should stay in Westport's safer zones and avoid East Side. Kansas City's flavor is unmatched, but its dangers are a bitter aftertaste. Albuquerque, New Mexico, the meth epidemic. Fueling crime, Albuquerque's desert vistas hide a meth-fueled nightmare. With a violent crime rate of 1,369 per 100,000, it's one of America's deadliest cities. The International District is so volatile that delivery drivers refuse nighttime runs. Car thefts are an epidemic. Albuquerque ranks #1 nationally, with 7,200 vehicles stolen per 100,000 residents. My car was gone in 10 seconds, a local said. Poverty at 15.5%, and a booming meth trade drive the chaos, with police response times hitting 90 minutes. The meth epidemic. Since the 2000s, meth has gripped Albuquerque, turning neighborhoods into open-air drug markets. We seize tons of meth yearly, but it's a drop in the bucket, DEA agent Maria Lopez said in 2024. Addicts commit 60% of property crimes, and dealers settle scores with bullets. Breaking Bad wasn't fiction, it was prophecy. Survival story, a parking lot, ambush. In 2024, a shopper was carjacked in the International District. They smashed my window and dragged me out, she said. Police found her car stripped days later. Tourists visiting Old Town should avoid the International District and secure vehicles. Albuquerque's beauty is real, but its crime is a beast. Birmingham, Alabama. Steel City, sharp edges. Birmingham, a civil rights beacon, is a modern-day battleground. Its homicide rate broke 1933 records in 2024, with 135 murders in a city of 200,000. Ensley and North Birmingham are gang strongholds where shootings are weekly. I lost my brother to a drive-by, a resident said. He was just walking home. Poverty at 18% and a shrinking police force fueled the fire, with only 30% of murders solved. The 1970s steel industry collapse left scars that still bleed. Globally, Birmingham's violence mirrors San Salvador, El Salvador. Community programs try, but gangs hold sway. We're fighting for our kids, Pastor John Evans said, but the streets are winning. Survival story. A home invasion's horror. In 2024, a family in Ensley was robbed at gunpoint in their home. They tied us up and took everything, the mother said. Police had no leads. Visitors to Vulcan Park should avoid Ensley and travel in groups. Birmingham's past inspires, but its present terrifies. Denver, Colorado. Why the homeless crisis spikes violence. Denver's Rocky Mountain charm masks a crime wave in 2025. With a 1 in 16 chance of property crime and violent crime rising in 5 points in Montbello, the city's no paradise. Daylight muggings and car thefts target tourists, with 5,600 vehicles stolen last year. They took my rental car from a hotel lot, a visitor said. The homeless crisis, with encampments sprawling across downtown, drives assaults and thefts, as 14% of residents live in poverty. The homeless crisis. Denver's housing boom priced out thousands, swelling homeless camps. Many turned to crime to survive, social worker Emma Carter said. Encampments near 5 Points see daily fights, some fatal. Police, understaffed, clear only 25% of violent crimes, leaving victims frustrated. Survival story. A downtown mugging. A jogger in 5 Points was beaten and robbed. They came out of nowhere, he said. I needed stitches. Police made no arrests. Tourists visiting Red Rocks should stick to Lodo and secure valuables. Denver's highs are stunning, but its lows are lethal. These 10 cities are America's darkest corners in 2025. From gang wars to meth epidemics, each is a warning etched in blood. If you must visit, stay in well-lit, crowded areas. Never walk alone at night. Hide valuables and lock vehicles. No safe zones and emergency exits. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more breakdowns on global travel, visa bans, and what's really happening around the world. This is Globe Discoveries, and we're here to keep your passport and your life safe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.